Good morning. It is Let It Go and Let It Grow. And this is Monday morning, and I'm not sure what the date is. It might be the 20th. I think it might be the 20th. Anyway, what are we letting go of today? We are letting go of the Ace of Cups. The cups are emotions, intuition, healing, love, and spiritual connection. They are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces influences today, and it is a water element. So we are letting go the belief that healing must always feel gentle. That is very interesting because we talk about being gentle with ourselves and showing compassion for ourselves, but that is not to mistake with what the healing process actually is. It is not linear, it is all over the place, and it can be brutal. It can be painful. It can be purging. You can do all kinds of things. You can have, digestion go off. You can be crying a lot. You can be uncracking and resolving old traumas that come up. So healing is not necessarily this gentle, compassionate journey. You feel compassion for yourself through this journey, and you love yourself through this journey, but the journey itself can be like being hit with a sledgehammer at times. So we're letting go of waiting for someone else to fill our cup. This is like going to therapy and wanting your therapist to fix you. It's not going to happen. They can give you advice, but you have to do the work yourself, and you have to fill your own cup. So this means that you can ask for advice, but relying on somebody to do the work for you is not going to happen. And that can get dicey when you are not feeling well and when you are going through things, because you do get in that state that you want somebody to rescue you, and you have to realize the only one that's going to rescue you is you. So this is telling you that you have to fill your own cup, release the emotional dependency and external validation as well. So we can't look for kudos while we're doing this work as well. People will notice that things are changing. People will notice things that are altering by how you speak, how you present yourself, and how you overall are. But this is your journey. Healing is one of the toughest things that I have ever gone through, and I'm in another healing phase now as my condition is acting up. So I know all about how this feels right now, like filling your own cup, and knowing that this isn't a gentle process. Trying to figure things out can be extremely painful at times, but it's knowing that you are a resilient being, and this is part of the human experience going through this. So stop believing that your heart must remain open to everything and everyone. You're going to have to guard yourself. You're going to have to make sure that if you are ripped open working on your own stuff, that you're guarded about that. You can't be giving of yourself in every direction as well as giving to yourself. You are the most important piece of work right now if you are going through something like this. So trust that protecting your peace is also an act of love, and it's an act of love for you, and it's possibly an act of love for the people around you. You might be a little more bitter, a little more charged, a little more angry, a little more cranky, and not really be able to put a finger on it because you are working through these emotional states yourself, and that can leave you extremely raw and snappy at people. And know that if you are protecting your peace, you're possibly protecting their peace at the same time. So this is all about that healing journey and how the ace is the beginning. And it would be the number one, and it is a solo journey. People aren't going to understand what you're going through. They can be there to help you and guide you, but the actual work is on you, and that can feel extremely isolating and very lonely, and you feel that you're not understood. But this is all part of that deeper shadow work. So the compassion is being turned on yourself. The love is for you, but know that this is not always a gentle journey when this is happening. As I said, it can feel like you're being hit with a sledgehammer and that you're emotionally raw and wide open. But this is all part of this healing process, and it is not linear. It's all over the place. So know that as well, that you might have a good day and think, okay, I've got this. And then 2 days later, you're like, nope, I do not have this. And that is fine. That's where you are on your journey. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so all the water. The Ace of Cups reminds us that an overflowing cup is beautiful, but wisdom teaches us where we are to pour energy. Loving yourself is the beginning of every meaningful relationship. You have to love yourself before you love others. You have to have compassion for yourself before you have compassion for others. And you have to be able to know that this is another one of those stepping stones on your path. And though it might be uncomfortable and it might not be pleasant, working through these emotions is what's eventually going to make you free on the other side. So what are we letting grow today? And that is the Magician, which is manifestation, confidence, inspired action, and personal power. So as we're doing this, we're calling in that Magician. He is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy today. And it is Mercury. So we've got, that fighting spirit, that fighting energy. So this is about growing confidence in your own gifts, knowing that you can trust yourself. And while you're in the process of healing and feel like you're raw, you've got your own gifts to rely on and cultivate. You've been doing this for a long time. This is your personal power. This is knowing that you are the alchemist in your own life. You can harness all of the elements when you want them. And there's an infinite amount of energy for you to do this, because energy never ceases. It just changes forms. So as she is she's using her palm chakra, putting that energy into the universe. I love how the universe is beneath her instead of above her, showing that you can be rooted and grounded while doing this work. Trust the tools that you have in your hands. You've got it all. You've got it all by your side, ready to go. And the infinity symbol is this way, and the infinity symbol is also on his or her hat, showing you that the energy is always there for you. Speak your dreams into existence. I know it's very hard when you're in a traumatic healing period to try to surrender and trust and let go. And that's exactly personally where I am right now. I was listening to something this morning at 3 a.m. when I couldn't sleep, and it was all about surrender and trust. And I'm like, my God, this is the lesson for me, because with all of the trauma in the background, that is where my biggest challenge is that surrender and letting go, and the trust that things are going to work out the way they are. When you're in the heat of a healing spell, it's very hard to see outside of the pain that you're in at the time. So speak those dreams into existence. Surrender, trust, 2 of the hardest words there are out there. Take inspired action instead of waiting for perfect timing. There's only one perfect timing, and that is right now. So there will never be another perfect time if you don't go after what you want now. The perfect day will never come. The elements won't be any more than they are perfect in this very moment. This is taking that inspired action to manifest those dreams. And sadly it is, and I hate to say the word sadly, but this is a lesson for me. It's all about that surrender and trust. Remember that you already possess everything you need to begin with. You are the alchemist. You've got everything that you need, as above, so below, as within, so without. You are rooted, you're grounded, and you are attached to that source energy when you need it. For Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, the Magician reminds us that your thoughts becomes words, words becomes actions, and actions become your reality. So once again, what you speak comes into existence. We are all going to have those moments that we don't feel well, and it's about walking forward, crying when you need to cry, tear yourself down to, in the shamanic terms, I think it's deboning, pull yourself to pieces and put yourself back together, and then surrender and come into a state of allowance, which is not easy. Your voice is one of the greatest creative tools you have. So really, pay attention to what's going on. The Ace of Cups arise, overflowing with this emotion of the love, the healing, and the compassion, and the intuition for you. It reminds us that every meaningful journey begins with the heart, but the hearts don't build dreams alone. They inspire them. The Magician then steps forward. His table is filled with tools and has got everything that he needs. All of the elements, they are there for him. This reading is especially meaningful for anyone beginning a new project, beginning a creative venture, a healing practice, a spiritual path, or in the process of healing yourself. You may believe you're waiting for the right moment. The magician gently whispers, the moment has been waiting for you. Your gifts are already here. Your wisdom has already been earned. Your heart is open. Now, trust yourself enough to begin. Release the need to wait until everything is perfect. Grow into the creator your soul already knows that you are. The life you're dreaming of begins with one courageous step. So where in your life have you been waiting for permission to begin? And what gift, dream, or calling is asking you to trust you already have everything that you need to take that first step? So the Ace of Cups is asking us to feel it today. And the magician is telling us now that we can create it. What am I ready to create today? And that is, healing and recovering from the past, but it's also becoming the active participant in your own future. The magician reminds us manifestation isn't magic in the way people imagine it is. It isn't wishing, hoping, the beautiful partnership between intention and action. Your heart provides the vision and your hands turn it into reality for you. So that is the reading today, and I'm going to finish it off with the Healing Spirits card from Gordon Smith. So I love it when I do these readings and they absolutely call me out at the same time, because these readings are lessons for everyone, including myself. Courage arrives when you step over fear. So that perfectly aligns with this when it was telling you that there's no perfect time for you to create, but now this is overstepping those fears and realizing that you have the power and the courage to step out. After you're done your healing, you're in the healing process. You can heal and do things at the same time. So if you are inspired to do something, there is never going to be a more perfect time. So step over that fear, even though you're dealing with some healing, possible trauma, emotions, self-care. Self-care is not selfish care. Step over that fear and realize that you can create what you have in your mind. Just be gentle with yourself in the process of doing it. If emotions come up, deal with them at the time. This doesn't have to be a stop and go thing. If you do get too emotional, take that time out for yourself. Go have a good cry. And I hate to say pull yourself together and keep going, but that's the resilience. That is the life of the phoenix. That is what we do. We burn down to ash and we rebirth ourselves. And that's where all the creative force comes in. That's where we have all of those elements to pull everything together and rebirth ourselves and pull our magic out. The Phoenix reminds us of infinity, so that is that energy. It's like the death card in some ways, rebirth, and the energy is never ending. So you are in a cycle and not a lifetime. I just heard you're not in a prison, so it might feel like when you're going through this that there is a lot emotionally on your plate, but that's not a prison. It's a stopping spot, not your life sentence. And know that you have all of those elements at your hands to help you move forward with where you are today. And that is the reading, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.